Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out.
All right, we're going to talk about how Al Haymon and PBC had Manny Pacquiao stripped and Demetrius Andrade a little bit later. Where Dennis Urgas seemed to agree to fight Errol Spence next. He did call out Manny Pacquiao. Well, let's talk about it all. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. I wanted to go live for you guys today, but I got to wait until the full 90 days, which is going to be... All right, what happened was, for people who didn't know why we didn't go live, okay? What happened was I got popped during the Gervonta Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz fight, a New York fight, and one of the brothers came in with sound playing, a TV playing, and we got popped for that. So I gotta wait till like, what, 11 o'clock tonight? I don't know. I'm not going live tonight, so hopefully, everything will be fixed. I went to copyright school, all that stuff, so we'll be able to go live tomorrow and give y'all what y'all want. There's some live chop up talk. But obviously, you look at it, Errol Spence, if he fight Urgas next, 2 of his 3 championship belts he would won because he didn't beat Urgas unless an injury happened. None of them guys defended a title. Sean never defended his WBC title. He won a vacant versus Urgas, winning to Earl. Urgas, he never defended a title. Shit, he never won a title. Okay, and Kell Brook did defend his title a couple times. So the only champion he fought that defended his title was Kell Brook, and people want to talk about, oh, Crawford didn't fight this guy, that guy. Ricky Burns defended his title. Crawford defended that title. Ndongo defended his title. Victor Postal defended his title. So, Jeff Horn, he defended his title. They say you ain't a champion unless you defend the title. So the majority of the guys that he fought had defended their title, but this not that video for that. But with Urgas, people say, oh, you're going to take a voluntary or whatever. I remember when Al told him not to fight Bruce Putin for the regular belt before Bruce Putin got popped. And Al promised him a title down the line. He won the title. He didn't have to throw a punch to win his title. And that's just where we at in boxing. Politics are more, they a little bit more, got more IQ to them, a little bit smarter. Back in the day, it's just, I pay you to lose, you better lose, or gonna murk your whole family. But with Urgas, it's whatever he want to do. If Pacquiao want to come back, he champion the recess, he want to defend against Urgas, I had no problem. If Urgas want to fight the Cupcake Man in the stadium, he can fight them. He want to fight Earl, he can fight Earl. I'm gonna tell you this, people saying, did Urgas, did Crawford offer Urgas? Yeah, apparently Urgas, asked for more money than Cheap Bob was willing to pay. So they was in negotiations. Urgas wanted more money than Al was willing to pay him, and that fight never happened. So I'm not going to say Urgas ducked because I don't know what number that Urgas was looking for. And obviously Al Haymon, if he going to send a fighter somewhere, he going to get overpaid like Derevchenko got overpaid to fight Triple G. And I think Derevchenko got like $5 million to fight Triple G. So Al Haymon not going to cross over the street for the same rate. It's like DoorDash. If you go get a cheeseburger at McDonald's, it's $1, whatever it is, whatever you get. For DoorDash, it's $2 and whatever it is, $2.50-60. So that's how they make their money. And Al coming with that same model is, if you want one of my fighters, if I pay him one, we gonna want 2.5, from you for us to cross the street because you probably gonna rob us regardless. And Urgas, he fought Earl. I don't really care. And I said this earlier, and I said I'm firm and I'm fair. I like Terrence Crawford, but if Earl bring 3 belts into the ring, it's gonna have to be 60-40, okay? But what I do know is this. Once again, today it came to me again. Early this morning, they said that they trying to age out Terrence Crawford. That's what I heard. So they still ain't trying to make that fight. They want Terrence Crawford to get old. I've been saying that. So don't look for that fight to happen unless Earl press the play button on it and they fight. But they ain't looking for him to fight. It don't sound like they looking for him to fight Terrence Crawford this year. Now, if Crawford fight whoever he fight next and get dropped and look old and barely win, then they'll make the fight. So they already said today over there at PBC that they ain't looking to match Terrence Crawford with Errol Spence right now, or even do vice versa. But he was saying, I'm making enough shit. I don't care. I know the facts, and, every action don't deserve reaction. That's why I don't even like doing the comment section. If you really need to get in touch with me, just hit me up on social media. Because it's just too much foolishness that's allowed. We need more control in YouTube over the comment section. You know, I would love to communicate with y'all, but I produce a lot of videos. But congratulations to Urgas for getting a curbside belt, a contactless curbside experience to get the WBA belt in. This is just the boxing that we living in today, and this is something that we gonna have to get used to. And politics became a little bit more, you know, surgical now. They not just straight out robbing people like Duran and not Duran, but excuse me, Pernell and Chavez Jr. They kind of being surgical on how they rob people. I'm aware Caleb playing fight tomorrow. I'll watch it, but I ain't too hyped about it. But you know, it is what it is. Congratulations to Urgas for getting his curbside contactless belt. I know somebody gonna steal that and use it, and I don't even care. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And I guess we could talk about Demetrius Andrade and get the Pacquiao. Earl Spence. I want to reach for my Arizona green tea mixed with apple. That shit bang. Peach better, but you can never find a green tea mixed with peach. But I'm a tea drinker, so hot tea, cold tea, sweet tea, unsweet tea. Rarely unsweet tea. But Demetrius Andrade need to retire. He supposed to be fighting Liam Williams in mandatory next. And he said on Twitter, I don't know if he was being serious or being funny. He said basically that, you know, he fatty, overweight, 200 pounds, and he don't want to really box no more because he can't get the fights. He was supposed to get Billy Joe Saunders. Canelo stopped that. Billy Joe Saunders, before the first fight, when he fought Walter K, it was Billy Joe Saunders who lost that fight. I mean, because of the, you know, failed that fight because of the oxyfree. So, you know, Demetrius Andrade, I think he, you know, people just looking at him, you know, as an Andre Ward making bad business decisions, you know, as far as in the game. But Andre Ward eventually got the career-defining fight with Kovalev, a couple of them, but Demetrius Andrade ain't been able to get off that horse. You know, him and Earl Spence riding that white horse. Get up and ride the white horse. You know, Demetrius Andrade, he just frustrated. You know, when he pulled out the Jamel Charlo fight, and he complained that, you know, the non-title holder was getting, the non-champion was getting more money than him, and he pulled out that fight with a couple weeks ago. You know, a lot of people, he basically been blacklisted. A lot of fighters don't want to fight him because of that, and rightfully so. You know, Demetrius Andrade just seemed like he don't like to challenge each other now that he ain't getting no recognition. And when we talking about the most talented and popular and upcoming fighters and the best fighters right now, he don't get mentioned. And that's his own fault. You know, and he can beg for fights, but really, you know, ain't nobody gonna say Demetrius Andrade, you know, oh Jamal ducking Demetrius Andrade. And they sent them offering, you know, Ronnie came on Nate Campbell and Adonis Show, Line Killer Podcast, check it out on YouTube. And said that ever since that Demetrius Andrade pulled out that fight a couple weeks, the Charlos agreed that neither one of them fight him. And it is what it is. You know, Demetrius Andrade, he probably do need to retire. Because what's your point fighting these bums, Walter K and Liam Williams and these guys that's not going to get you no credit? The highlight of his career is fighting Vadas Monterosian. And that's sad for a guy that was coming out the amateurs and fighting on Friday night fights. You know, he had a lot of people like Demetrius Andrade that didn't like boxing. And, you know, I know people like, what happened to that guy? He probably lost, you know? And, you know, just think he mismanaged. Some people say his father kind of controlling his career. But if you ain't in boxing, you ain't got no connections, you know, how you going to control somebody's career if it's your son or not? So, to be honest, go check his Twitter. He said he really willing to give up. He over 200 pounds. Guess what, man? If you ain't, you know, you making money, people say, oh, he making money, he should fight. But it's hard, you know, getting stimulated or getting up for fights that the fans ain't gonna get no credit for. Nobody want to see him fight Liam Williams, who he fought in Miami. I forgot. Nobody want to see that shit. You know, he should just step away from the game. You know, remember that Jada Kiss album? That was my shit. Kiss the game, but goodbye. We ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. Boo Boo ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. It's over with. And somebody put a gun in my head. That's probably the song that I can recite bar for bar. That's my favorite, one of my favorite rap songs of all time. You know, I don't like the remix. I like with Eve. I like Styles Peace and Jada Kid. Oh man, that was my album right there, man. Good times. But it is what it is. Boo Boo and some boo boo. Bars. But let's talk about Al Haymon. Apparently Al Haymon was the one who got Manny Pacquiao stripped. Manny Pacquiao still owe PBC one more fight. I don't know if the Ryan fight gonna matter, but I do know him and Ryan, they were saying it was gonna be a 10-rounder. And I heard it might be for the regular welterweight belt, so it might be for the belt Urgas drop. But I heard the WBA was trying to get back down to one belt. So I heard that him and Ryan still can fight for the regular belt. Heard supposed to be able to catch weight. Ryan Daddy won that 140. His advisor and his handler, advisor handler and his coach Eddie Reynoso don't mind if it's at welterweight or slightly above welterweight. But basically Al Haymon push, PBC, his company push, for them to strip Pacquiao so they can go on with the division. My whole thing is, what's the point of getting Earl 3 belts if you don't have any reservations on him fighting Terrence Crawford? So, you know, that's my thing about it. So, people just going to be calling for the fight, but the division is stale. And he going to have mandatories, you know. The IBF mandatory, still waiting from him. So, that's going to be his year. These dudes only fight 2 times a year. I can see if they fought 3 or 4 times a year still. So, we just be, you know, oh, he gonna fight Urgas. He gonna do mandatory, another mandatory. He can fight Crawford at the end of the year. Look, if you don't get no fight, if you don't get a fight, you know, in a year, you know, that year, you gotta wait another year. And it's just to the point where, you know, WBA gonna have a mandatory. The Super WBA belt, if they only got 1 belt, give you flexibility. Then the WBC gonna need a mandatory. It's just to the point where if sanctioned belt bodies wanted to force it, they could force it, but they don't. Because when you consolidate the belts and you make them with 1 champion, or condense them to 3 belts and 1 champion, that's all the sanctioned belt bodies make less money. So if the going belt rate for a belt is 3%, then you add the WBC with the WBA, now it might be 2%. You add the IBF, it might be, you know, 1.5% or 1%. So they all making less money. So if somebody like Canelo or Floyd got the belt where he making $100 million, shit, I'll take 0.5%. That's way more than you're going to get with a guy named Earl Spence. But like I said before, man, Al had him stripped. And Pacquiao was champion in recess. So, I mean, if you wonder why they pushed for Manny Pacquiao to get stripped, you know, it was Al Haymon that pushed for that to happen. And basically, you know, he didn't want to fight Earl Spence. I'm pretty sure they were trying to convince him to fight Earl Spence behind the scenes, and you know, it didn't happen. So, we in a situation where, you know, now Earl Spence can't use Pacquiao as excuse. He only can hide behind mandatories and not to fight Terrence Crawford. But, you know, you wonder, what if his fans were hardcore fans, say, we want to see Earl fight Terrence Crawford? Would he accommodate them or not? But, hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out anytime. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, all my social media links, description. Also, check out the Facebook group there as well, too. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well, too. Best way to donate. Share the video.